Good morning, students. Welcome back to Computer Applications classes of Class 9. Hope all of you are doing well. Today, in this session, we will be covering the third chapter, that is Types of Software. Let us see the index, system software, application software, which includes the mobile applications as well. First of all, before going to cover the types of software, we should know or we should recapitulate the difference between hardware and software. Hardware means the physical and tangible components of the computer which we can touch. That is, maybe some IO devices, that is input output devices, some storage devices, whereas the software is a set of programs that govern the operation of a computer system and make the hardware run. Now let us see the types of software. Over the screen you can see the different types of software. They have got some categories. First it is system software and the next one is application software. The system software is then categorized into four types. One is operating system, then language processors, device driver, and the last one is utilities. And over the application software, that is again divided into three parts. First is general purpose, then specific purpose, and the last one is customized purpose or customized software. This customized software is also called as bespoke software. Now, what is system software? System software refers to the programs that control internal computer operations and make the best use of the hardware. So basically you can say system software controls the internal operations of the computer or the operations with which the computer is working, the internal one. And we can have the categories of system software as in the last slide we have discussed. Computer system software is having operating system, language processor, device driver, and utilities. We will be studying four of them in upcoming slides. Now let us see what is operating system. This is very important. It is a program which acts as an interface between user and the hardware. So without operating system, your computer system is of no use. It controls and coordinates the use of the hardware among the various application programs for the various users. Then it manages the information on the disk. It runs the computer programs, manages the startup process. So these are the functions of operating system, you can say. Now the next type is language processor. Language processor can also be called as translators. So what do you mean by translator? Which translate? Yeah. So language processor is also a type of program which translates the instructions that are written in source code to object code. In other words, we can say it converts the high level languages, that is your C++, Java, Python or anything, the high level languages to your machine language. Now let us see the different types of language processors. First we have got assembler, then interpreter, and the last one is compiler. We will be studying in brief about them. The first one is assembler. The language translator, which is designed to translate assembly language to machine code. So the language processor which converts the assembly language to language program, or you can say machine code, that is your assembler. So originally the assembly language program codes are called source code, and after translation the final machine language is called the object code. We can have a flow for this, that assembly code is converted to assembler and become its machine code. Now the next one we have got compiler. It is again a language processor or a translator which converts the high level languages to the machine language, but it does not convert the assembly language. Okay, so while translating, it checks the syntax and translate into the object code, that is the machine code. In a single attempt, it will read the thorough whole source code and convert it into the machine code. Now we can see how it is converting the program in high level language, the source code. It is reading the thoroughly the source code and converting it to the machine code, that is the object code. Another one we have got interpreter. Interpreter is the language translator that converts the language program or the high level language into the machine language line by line, one statement at a time before moving to the another. So let us have the difference between the compiler and the interpreter. Like both of them are converting the high level languages to the machine language, right? So what is the difference between them? The first and the major difference is compiler is reading the whole source code at once and then converting it to machine language, whereas interpreter is converting the source code into the machine language line by line. The compiler finds the syntax errors after compiling the whole program, whereas the interpreter finds the syntax errors just after translating one single line. The compiling process is much faster than the interpreter, whereas the interpreter process is a little bit slower. This we can understand from a given example. Suppose your teacher has given you one set of story and they have asked you to tell the meaning. What you have done, you have gone through the whole summary, you have gone through the whole story and then told the answer, then told the meaning, whereas the next person, your friend, is reading one line and then telling the meaning, again reading one line, again telling the next meaning. So who will be faster? Obviously you, because you have read the whole story and then telling the meaning, basically the summary, whereas the next person is reading one line and then interpreting, again one line, then interpreting. So this is the same work which has been done by compiler and interpreter. We can have some examples of them like C, C++, Visual Basic, Java. These are the examples of compiler, whereas Basic, QBasic, GW Basic, these are the examples of interpreter. Now the next one we have got utilities. Those application programs that assist the computer by performing housekeeping functions like backing up disk or scanning or cleaning viruses. These are the examples of utilities. What are the important utilities that we are having? Is disk or folder or file management software, like the Windows Explorer in our computer, for which is the file manager in MS Windows, which is the default file manager. Then we have got antivirus software like Quick Heal, and the last one we have got encryption or decryption software. Now first of all we will understand what is encryption. Encryption is nothing but converting the electronic data to another form, or you can say, suppose you are going to send, or you are sending one piece of song or music to your friend. So what is being done over here? At first the encryption of that music piece is being done, so that when the next person it is sent, in between it cannot be hacked, it cannot be stolen. Okay, so when it is converted to another form of electronics, then it is called as ciphertext, and then again when the changed data, the altered data, is again converted to the main form or the original form, original electronic data, then it is called the decryption. When the altered data we are having, that altered data is called ciphertext, and the original form of electronic data is called plain text. For example, what are the different types of decryption or encryption software we are having? BitLocker, 7zip, then LastPass. All these are the examples of encryption or decryption software. Now let us move to application software. Application software is very interesting. It is designed to do a particular specific task of application. Okay, or specific type of work, like billing, processing words. Okay, then railway reservation. Let us have the different types of application software. We have got general purpose software, specific purpose software, and then the last one is customized software. In the general purpose software is also known as packages. And this type of application that can be used for a variety of tasks is called general purpose software. It is not limited to a particular function. For example, word processor. It could be classed as general purpose because it would allow the users to write novel, create a restaurant menu, even making a poster or writing some letters. So it can do a lot of work. So that is your general purpose software. What are the different categories we have got for general purpose software? The word processing software, spreadsheets, database management system, then graphics or multimedia and presentation applications like PPT, PowerPoint. Now moving to specific purpose. This software are designed to be used for specific tasks. Now you will feel what is the difference between the application and the general purpose and the specific. The general purpose is used to do variety of tasks, whereas specific purpose is designed to be used for specific task, a particular task. These applications have not been written for a specific company or a particular person. They have been developed by the manufacturer to try to provide all the features that they anticipate a company might need. What do you mean by this? That means suppose I am having a company and I have created or manufactured a software keeping in mind that there are some businesses which may require a billing software which will give a GST invoice. But what I have done, I have anticipated what are the different needs of that business could be, and depending upon that I have created this software. Now if I give this to some company to use it, so that company cannot use it every time because every company may have their own requirements, right? So in this case we can consider it a specific purpose, but this cannot be considered as the customized software. We'll come back to customized software later on again. Let us first discuss what are the different types or different examples of specific purpose software we can have, like financial accounting, reservation software, HR management software, inventory control system and billing system. Now moving to next, mobile applications. What else I have to say about mobile applications? All of you know nowadays everyone is using mobiles, right? The smartphones. Any software which are specifically designed to run on a mobile device is a mobile application, and they are designed to work with very limited resources like very little size of screen, limited battery or limited memory. Okay, for example, what are the different applications? It could be like UC browser, some social networking apps like Facebook, Twitter, Facebook Lite, then some alarm notes, okay, some alarm or notes, so sticky notes. Okay, moving to customized software, like in the application software, that is your specific purpose software, there you have seen that it is created by a company by just thinking of or trying to provide some features to that particular software at the time of manufacturing. But it is not necessary that everyone can have same requirement. But in customized software, when I am saying it is customized, means suppose ABC is a company and LMN is a company. Both requires a billing, but they may require some different format. They may require some more additional things to be added and which are different for each of them, but both are billing software. So that is your customized software is required there. So that's why customized software is also known as tailor-made software. Why we call it as tailor-made? Like you go to stitch your clothes to the tailors and you make it and you make sure that it fits to you in a proper way. Okay, maybe you are also wanting to have a shirt and your brother is also wanting to have a shirt, but both of them's requirement will be different. So that is why it is called as tailor-made. So for example, I have given over here, you can see a company wants to computerize its accounts department and gets a software developed according to its needs. What are the advantages? The company will get an exact software what they want. Software will work exactly how they want, the company want it to work. Software will have the features that they need in their business. And what are the disadvantages? Obviously, when so many customizations is there, then it will require a lot of time to be developed. It will be a little bit costly, and the company may need to employ team of people such as programmers, business analysts, and testers, etc. For this, you can refer the Computer Applications Class 9 book of Sumita Arora. Hope the session was enjoying and fruitful. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos.